It is a strange one, or maybe it's actually not that strange and it makes sense. Pep Guardiola talking after City's win against Bournemouth this week about his squad size going into next season. This is a real interesting read, actually, and I think it does actually hit a point on something here. This is Football Talks. This is your update on everything going on around the Premier League, your number one channel for all Premier League news around all of the big guns, and one big gun in particular, Pep Guardiola. First season without silverware for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne leaving Manchester City. It seems to be a turning of a new page for Pep Guardiola. Off the back of signing a new deal where he's looking to now generate and build his next Manchester City winning squad of players, that squad is not going to be big. Well, not if Pep Guardiola's got anything to do with it. Pep won't actually be there if Manchester City don't act on what he says is necessary for cohesion and soul at his football club. He is a big advocate of the players being connected, it being a group, everybody on the same page. He's a control freak. We know this with Pep Guardiola from every single club he's been at. If it's not right, he's not there. It's as simple as that. And listen to this. This is what he has said regarding Manchester City and looking ahead. Obviously, season over. City need one more point to confirm Champions League football. Blah, blah, blah. Champions League, early exits, FA Cup, losing the final, Carabao Cup, shocker as well, and obviously in the league, falling right off it. This is what needs to happen at Manchester City. And after their win against Bournemouth, Pep Guardiola said, I said to the club, I don't want that bigger squad. Guardiola said, I don't want to leave 5 or 6 players in the freezer. Ooh, I don't want that. I will quit, make a shorter squad, and I will stay. Okay, comments from Pep Guardiola there. Very interesting in that he doesn't want to leave 5 or 6 players in the freezer. He likes to have a smaller, close-knit squad of players so they're cohesive, the soul of the team is there, everybody understands everybody, it feels as one. And he feels like he has lost that connection in his squad this season, is what he's alluding to. Now, we're obviously hearing about the situation and issues with, obviously, Phil Foden. Kevin De Bruyne is leaving this summer, the drop-off in form. Where is Jack Grealish going? There is a lot of uncertainty when you really dive into the detail at Manchester City going into the summer. Obviously, you've got the form and drop-off of form of Erling Haaland as well, which is obviously City have suffered from this season. His injury hasn't helped towards the back end of the season either, and they have struggled. They have struggled to their standards anyway. And if when signing this new deal and keeping him at Manchester City for another 2 years, is going to move forward, is actually going to progress at Manchester City, he wants to make these big changes. He doesn't like the fact that he's always having to leave 5 or 6 players out. And now, one way you could argue this is like, well, calm down a minute, Pep. You have been bemoaning injuries constantly throughout this season about all of the suffering that you've had to go through. The big injuries to Rodri, situations with De Bruyne's fitness and form, Erling Haaland being injured for the last couple of months of the season as well. There is a lot to get through there. We're not even adding to it the John Stones situation as well. Obviously the mental situation and health of Phil Foden as well. There's been a lot going on, but I find it kind of strange if you're looking to compete on all levels and in every single competition, why you would want to make your squad smaller. And you cannot really come out then and say that there is an issue of too many games and we haven't got enough players, we can't rotate enough. He wants to cut his squad down off the back of the season he's just had. He's prioritising the soul and the connection and the togetherness of his team over having a big enough squad and fit enough players to play out every single game of the season. Like Manchester City are going to be competing on all fronts. They have the Club World Cup coming up. So extra games off the back end of a very busy season. Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League. City are looking at 60 plus games again into the back end of next season. And he wants less players in his squad. Very, very strange, but never one to shy away from how he feels and what he wants. And he has threatened to quit Manchester City if he doesn't get his squad the way that he wants it this summer. After just signing a new contract, you're ready to quit. Seems strange, doesn't it? But we're never surprised with anything that comes out of Pep Guardiola's mouth, particularly in press conferences. He's one of the frostiest characters you will ever meet when it comes to the media. And even after a win and celebrating Kevin De Bruyne's exit from Manchester City and thanking him for his services at the football club. We're still on talking about what Pep Guardiola wants and this major statement that he's made about his squad size. It does seem a little bit strange, doesn't it? It is a weird one with Pep Guardiola, that I feel. But look, that is his thoughts and that is what he wants. What do you reckon is going to come of this? Is Pep Guardiola right, is the question I'm asking. Should the squad be smaller? Will that help him actually get his togetherness that he wants at Manchester City to build what he needs within his squad in terms of, I'm guessing, what, camaraderie, connection, like he said, the soul. He feels like he's lost the soul. Is a smaller squad easier to manage? Yes, of course it is. But what about them injuries? What if that one player goes out and you haven't got a replacement there? Does that necessarily mean that he isn't going to be going out spending a lot of money on players this summer? If he is going to be cutting his squad size down, that's another question. Do City need to invest? Yes, they do. They've fallen off dramatically from the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal this season. And within City's hierarchy would be unacceptable. So let's see what happens from this. But do let me know. Do you think a small squad would suit Manchester City next season, particularly with the extra games? Let's not forget, you got the Club World Cup before the Premier League even starts. It's a strange one to me. I don't know where to go with it. I get what he's saying, but I think having been burnt so many times this season with injuries like he has talked about, I think it might be a bit too much. But drop your comments in below. Give the video a like as well. I'll see you in the next video, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button also for all of your Premier League updates on all of the news and stories flying around. The best league in the world. Well,